Hello, teachers. This is Haven Daniels, Science Specialist at the Perkins. I'm here to give you an introduction to Investigation 1 in the second grade New Plant Science Unit. This screencast will cover sections in the teacher's guide, how the lessons are organized, and the lessons in Investigation 1. Your FOSS Teacher's Guide to New Plants has many helpful sections in it that I would recommend reading through. They are divided by tabs. There is the FOSS Introduction, the overview of the unit, materials used in new plants. Section 4 is the main part of the guide, and this is where you will find the unit investigations. These are separate folios for each unit, so they're convenient to pull out if you would like to. Investigation Duplication Masters. These can be copied and bound together to make a student notebook. Assessment Information, Assessment Duplication Masters, Guidance for the Science Stories, resources such as fiction and nonfiction texts, and the FOSS website. Before we go through the lessons in Investigation 1, it is helpful to know that the lessons in your teacher's guide are set up in the same way. Take a moment to familiarize yourself with each section. The investigation folio starts with the primary science concepts covered, what the students will do, and the lessons in that investigation and what page each one starts on. On pages 2 and 3 of each investigation folio, there is a helpful chart of the inquiry questions, the investigation summary, science content, and assessment opportunities for each lesson. Before the lessons begin, there is a helpful science background information page for teachers and also pedagogical information based in research about teaching kids the content focus for that investigation. Each lesson itself has 4 main sections: materials, getting ready, guiding the investigation, and wrapping up. The wrapping up section is very important as this is where you bring together and help focus students' thinking on the objective of the lesson. Now on to the content of Investigation 1. In Investigation 1, students plant brassica seeds. These rapid cycling seeds germinate and grow in a tray under a grow light over approximately 1 month. Second graders care for and observe them and record changes over the complete life cycle. Throughout Investigation 1, your students will utilize grow lights. The setup for the light support, which is made of PVC pipe and corner connectors, can be found on pages 14 and 15. It is very simple to set up, and it's also very important that the lights stay on 24 hours a day. You may want to put a little sign on it so that someone doesn't inadvertently turn it off thinking that they're actually doing you a favor. There are 3 lessons in this investigation. However, the third lesson has many sections geared towards honing students' observation as the brassica plants change over time. In Lesson 1, you help students prepare for several weeks of plant growth investigations. They discuss what they know about plants and prepare calendars to track plant growth and development. In this lesson, you can start a What We Learned or science content chart. This chart summarizes the knowledge your second graders are gaining. There are suggestions and prompts in each lesson to help you create this chart with your students. In Lesson 2, students plant their brassica seeds and put them under the grow light. The planting instructions on page 18 are pretty straightforward. Make sure that you use the little cups that have the holes in the bottom. Consider asking students about what they think the purpose of the holes is. The labels often fall off the cups, so it's often a good idea to add a piece of tape, clear tape, over the labels so that they will stay on the cups. The last lesson in Investigation 1 consists of 4 to 5 lessons, or 4 to 5 sessions of about 30 minutes each. These are spaced out over 4 to 5 weeks. Remember to keep your students involved in the care of the plants. Also, as the brassica plants grow, raise the lamp so there is about 1 to 3 inches between the bulbs and the tops of the plants. The focus of the lessons the sessions in Lesson 5, are observing sprouts, observing leaf growth, observing flower growth, cross-pollination, and harvesting the seeds. Details about assessment opportunities and guiding questions for these sessions can be found on pages 25 through 30. Here are some photos from the brassica growing in my classroom this year. There are many interdisciplinary extensions suggested in new plants. You can find descriptions of these opportunities at the end of each of your investigation folios. The blackline masters that go along with them are included in the same location as the other duplication masters. Our next screencast will cover Investigation 2, Grass and Grain Seeds.